答えは一つ。本能だ。気分がいいぜ。久々に制限なく力を出せてる感じだ。
これ以上レコムンドに干渉しないなら私たちが敵対する理由はないわ。手加減はしないわ。これで終わりよ。
Alrighty, what's going on, guys? This is your boy the Death Smasher, and I'm back again with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are back again with another Who Is Better video, and this time we are going to be comparing the brand new canon Cantafarian world, Neliel, which has really nice titties, and of course that ass, bruh. Like, she's just fucking gorgeous. And we're gonna go ahead and compare her with this White Ichigo right here, because they're both Soul Reaper killers. They're both power, and they both have their own differences. One is melee, one is ranged. The other inflicts weakening, while the other doesn't. And however, Nell, even though she doesn't have any sort of status ailments, she still does have some beefy skills. Like, she does have a 40% bruiser and a 40% berserker on her kit, which is pretty impressive. Like, hold on, we'll just go ahead and sort this out by killer. We're gonna go ahead and compare their stats and skills first, their base ones, and then I'll show you guys how I built both characters up. So that way, after I've done showcasing that, we can go ahead and jump on right into a 5-star raid. Anyways, Neliel is a normal Ronker, not an Espada, just a normal Ronker with Soul Reaper Killer. And she's got 1088 stamina, 634 attack, defense at 361, focus at 353, and an SP of 786, which is abundantly high. She's got strong attack recharge minus 12%. And of course, like I said before, this unit has no debilitating status ailment whatsoever, so she's just mainly going to be doing pure base damage. But she does have a 40% bruiser, 40% berserker, like I stated before. Devastation at 60%. She's got paralysis and poison immunity, frenzy, sprinter, and guard break. Her having guard break actually means a lot, because it means that you will be able to nullify all enemies that have range guard and be able to do damage at all times. Especially considering, because let's be honest here, enemies that have range guard are pretty much annoying, especially when it comes to Guild Quest, IZ, and whatnot. White Ichigo is actually slightly older than Neliel, but not too old now. Anyways, this unit is a Soul Reaper / Hollow unit, so I can already see the disadvantage that White Ichigo is heavily going to be affected by enemies that have Hollow Killer, especially in Inheritance Zone. But that being said, he's got 1076 stamina, attack at 634, defense at 356, focus at 357, and his SP is at 774. So even though he's got a lower SP than Nell, it's still good, it's still up there. Soul Reaper, strong attack recharge minus 12%, and unlike Nell, he has debilitating weakening on everything, which is really good, helps shift the tides, especially when you nuke. But that being said, his skills are of course not as impressive as Nell, because he does have a 20% bruiser, no berserker this time, devastation at 40%, he's got weaken immunity, which is at least good, so that way if you get hit by enemies that inflict weakening, you won't get weakened at all, especially the little fucking small Soul Reapers that attack you out of nowhere and weaken you. But he still has Frenzy, Debilitator, and Spinner, so yeah. As you guys can see, like I stated before, one deals damage, one inflicts status ailments. At the end of the day, they're both different units, and of course, White Ichigo is a melee character, while Neliel is a range character. And now that we've seen their base stats and skills, we're going to go ahead and show you guys how I built Neliel and White Ichigo all together. And let me just say this, it was not easy to come up with a nice, fair boosts within stats and skills, considering I already had units that have their SP upgraded for power. But anyways, for Neliel, I gave her a Pill, a Spotted Chair, and a Tension Tai, all with 30% SP. We have an Aizen that has 500 plus SP. He's 4 out of 5, not 5 out of 5 yet. I hope I get him 5 out of 5. But I have his SP maxed out with 500 SP, so that takes into consideration. Yachiru, 1 out of 5, just with a plus 50 SP boost. Like, it's not even transcended. And Mila Rose, same thing, 1 out of 5 with a plus 50 SP boost. As for White Ichigo, instead of giving a unique plus 500 SP unit, because I already had 2 different units that have their SPs upgraded, I have Kaien with a level 1 SP, but because he is 5 out of 5, I do have an extra stat boost slot on him that gives out 250 plus spiritual pressure. So 250 plus 50 is basically 300. So 300 plus SP from Kaien, 250 plus SP from Nemu. I do have her SP upgraded up to level 5, and of course she's not 5 out of 5, just 1 out of 5. And Rukia, 1 out of 5, not even with her SP max transcended, just base level 1 SP. And of course the accessories are exactly the same. Tension Tai, Pill, except this time, instead of using a Spotted Chair, we're using the Lieutenant's Badge with 30% SP. So both units gain 20% strong attack damage with the accessory, and of course get an equal increase in terms of spiritual pressure. And how much SP do we actually get from both of them? Well, we're gonna find out right now. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. And they get a total of... Nell gets 2,392 SP, while White Ichigo gets around 2,376. So the SP upgrade difference is there, but it's not a big gap, which is very interesting to see. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into a 5-star raid that actually has Soul Reaper enemies, and we're going to go ahead and compare everything else from there in terms of kit, in terms of overall damage, and we'll just see who is actually the better character. So I'll see you guys once we jump onto a 5-star raid. Alright, so here we are in the 5-star raid. We are running the 2 units on the Renji raid, so the first thing that we're going to be doing as usual is compare the actual attacks, and then we will get into the damage testing. So Nell is ranged while White Ichigo is melee, so the attacks are going to vary nicely here. That's what I'm going to say here. So starting off with their normal attack damage string. Now White Ichigo is of course a melee attack character. He has a 4-hit normal attack damaging string. He's got no long reach, so he has basically the same range as Noitora, which is 375 radius, while Nell is ranged. She does have range collision on her NAD, but it's very similar to Tokinada's normal attack damage string. It will pierce through enemies and be able to kill them just fine. Only difference is that Neliel doesn't have Flurry. She does have a 40% bruiser, however, so if you actually do get her attack transcended nicely, she will be able to kill with her normal attack damage string, like as if it were a Flurry unit, considering she does have a 40% bruiser after all. While White Ichigo, he only has 20% bruiser. So, in terms of having the better normal attack damage string, I think Nell actually takes the cake, just because of the overall strength that she has. Now, in terms of the strong attacks, we'll just go ahead and take a nice long look at them. So White Ichigo is a lunge attack. Melee collision, 120% mag, easily will be able to kill everything in sight. Neliel's first strong attack is a pushback strong attack that is range collision. 40% magnification, so it's basically the same strong attack that the likes of Quincy Ichigo, Manga Aizen, Captain Aizen, and I don't remember all the units that have the 40% mag pushback strong attack. Basically, they work exactly the same way. Gets everything that is in the way, pushes back enemies until they die, which can be good and bad. Like good, as in it is good for pushing back in Zenkamen quests, but it's also heavily inconsistent because sometimes enemies will not die very easily. So White Ichigo already automatically has the better first strong attack. Now second strong attack, they both have a beam move. They have the same type of beam move, and it's exactly the same radius. No difference, they all have melee collision. Which, I'm gonna be real here, Nelio should have had that beam move on her first strong attack rather than her second, but you know what? I'll take it, because at least it's not a vortex attack. Because if it were a vortex attack, then she would have been way worse than she already is. That's just how it goes. And now the third strong attack. White Ichigo has a non-full screen 900 radius attack, so it won't be able to get everything that is in his way or outside of the full screen radius, so it can be kind of annoying, but it is still good regardless, still has good range, will be able to kill off mobs. Now Nell's on third strong attack, on the other hand, it's the same as Zombie Toshiro. 975 radius, an AoE distant move, and will be able to kill off everything. And it's only 25 points away from being 1000 radius full screen, which is already in and of itself better than White Ichigo's first strong attack. And now that we've seen the attacks, let's just go ahead and compare the damage. Let's just start off with the normal attack damage string. Easily managed to kill off enemies. Yeah, White Ichigo takes a bit more time to kill with his normal attacks. Now, the first strong attack, let's see. 5,400 or 500. Here, let's kill off this one. And let's see against these enemies. Fuck, I got poisoned. 3,700. So even though White Ichigo does do less damage compared to Nell, it's a bit more consistent. And now their second strong attack. Nell does 6,440. White Ichigo 5,121. And now their third. Hold on. White Ichigo does 4,100. And Nell, she does 6,000. So, yeah, Nell is going to be quite the damage dealer, even though her first strong attack ain't exactly the best, as you guys can see. Even though the damage numbers are actually higher compared to White Ichigo's. However, I will at least say this. White Ichigo will excel a lot for when it comes to weakening. He will actually save you in really tough situations where, if the nuke doesn't really kill off the enemy, you will still have weakened the enemy to the point that you still have a bit of an advantage. You'll be able to survive if you get fucked by a super special strong attack by the bosses. While Nell, if you don't kill with the special, you need to be careful of dodging. That's all I'm gonna say. You really need to be careful. However, Nell does a bit more damage. I can already say it alone that, in terms of overall damage, she takes the win. Even though her first strong attack ain't exactly the best. And that's it, really. I'm not gonna be comparing the nuking because let's be honest here. Nell can nuke harder than White Ichigo, but won't inflict weakening. And White Ichigo will nuke a little less than Nell, but will inflict weakening. That's just how it is. I'ma personally have to give Nell the win here, because I do feel like she's the better character. And, you know what? I can live without the fact that Nell can't inflict weakening on her strong attacks, because at the end of the day, she is still a pretty good character, regardless. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, comment, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel so that way you guys are up to date with whatever I put out for my channel. This has been your boy, the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, lads.